First Anambra Women Conference ends in Awka. Anambra State Assembly calls for completion of road projects in Ihiala community. President Tinubu presents a second ministerial list to Senate. And from the foreign scenes, Typhoon Kanun knocks out poor ground flight in Japan. Good evening and welcome to the evening news. My name is Uchechukwu Ebonam. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and welcome to the evening news. As women prepare for this year's August meeting, Anambra Governor's wife, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, has asked them to discuss fundamental issues affecting the family and society. The governor's wife, who said this in Awka during the first Anambra Women Health Conference, said that August meetings should provide important platforms for women to point out peculiar problems that need urgent attention, beginning from the ones happening around them. We have details.
The event, sponsored by the World Health Organization (WHO), was designed to train women so that in return they can take the messages of the day down to their respective meeting venues. Mrs. Soludo called attention to rising moral deficits in child upbringing, depreciation of family values, drug abuse among school children, parental neglects, and quest for illicit wealth among youths as the key problems that August meetings can address. The governor's wife also called for increased awareness on proper family planning among couples, adding that unplanned home is an impending disaster. On a healthy living project, Mrs. Soludo said she is determined to make right health consciousness a household philosophy in Anambra State and asked the women to embrace organic and healthy lifestyles, especially with what they consume. Earlier in his opening remarks, the Commissioner for Health, Anambra State, Dr. Afam Obidike, said that the event would help to raise awareness on common diseases that affect women and how the women in attendance can carry the lessons down to the community level during the August meetings for the benefit of other women. The guest speaker, a professor of obstetrics and gynecology, Brian Ademma, urged pregnant women to always prioritize good antenatal care, use approved maternity homes and skilled birth attendants, and make adequate birth plans beginning from the first day of pregnancy. The chairman of Medical Women Association of Nigeria, Anambra State Chapter, Dr. Amaka Onubogu, while teaching about breast self-examination, said that it is important for women beginning from the age of 20 to check their breast at least once in a month, regretting that deaths due to breast-related ailments have continued to rise largely because of neglect. On his part, the Executive Secretary of Anambra State Health Insurance Agency, ASHIA, Dr. Simeon Onyemaechi, said that access to health insurance has made the health services easier in Anambra State, with the agency's coverage for treatments now expanded over 300 health facilities in the state. Others who made presentations at the event include the representative of WHO, Nigerian Medical Association, NMA, Anambra State, the Executive Secretary of Anambra State Primary Health Care Development Agency, Pharmacist Chisom Uchem.
Anambra State House of Assembly has passed a resolution urging Governor Chukwuma Soludo to direct the Commissioner for Works, Engineer Ifeanyi Okoma, to ensure the continuation of the ongoing road construction work at Ezego Obahekwem Osakwa Road and Oloha Okechukwu Road in Ihiala local government area, so as to open up the areas for enhanced business activities and revenue generation. The House passed a resolution following a motion sponsored to that effect by the member representing Ihiala 1 constituency, Honorable Jude Ngobiri, joined plenary.
Honorable Ngobiri, who is also the chief whip of the House, explained that the road is the only access road to Osakwa Seaport and of economic importance to Ihiala and Anambra State. He revealed that non-completion of these roads, which happen to serve as a link to the commercial focal point of Ihiala and Anambra State, has exposed the roads and the area to erosion and ditches, thus causing more hazards to the people and resulting in utilization of more money by the state in curtailing the erosion and ditches.
Aware that Ezego Obahekwem Osakwa Road, the only access road to Osakwa Seaport, Oloho Okechukwu Road, are major roads that are of economic importance to Ihiala and Anambra in general. Be therefore resolved that the Anambra State House of Assembly calls on the Governor of the state, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, to direct the Commissioner for Works to ensure the continuation and speedy completion of the ongoing road construction work at Ezego Obahekwem Osakwa Road, Oloho Okechukwu Road in Ihiala local government area, so as to open up the area for enhanced business activities and revenue generation.
On his part, the member representing Ihiala Constituency 2, Honorable Golden Ilo, who noted that timely completion of the road will alleviate the sufferings of the road users and also go a long way to promote commercial activities, facilitate the construction of Osakwa Seaport, support farmers to be more productive and generate more income for the state. The member representing Idemili North constituency, Honorable Kinsley Udemezwe, and his Anambra West constituency counterpart, Honorable Patrick Udoba, also highlighted the economic importance of the roads to the state. In his remarks, the Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Somtochukwu Udeze, lauded the commitment of Governor Chukwuma Soludo to making Anambra a state with the best road network and read out the resolution of the House while the lawmakers supported it through a voice vote.
Be it therefore resolved that Anambra State House of Assembly calls on the Governor of the state, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, to direct the Commissioner for Work to ensure the continuation and speedy completion of the ongoing road construction work at Ezego Obahekwem Osakwa Road, Oloha Okechukwu Road in Ihiala local government area, so as to open up the areas for enhanced business activities and revenue generation. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
State House of Assembly, Chukwuemeka Modelem, ABS News.
It was an atmosphere of love and unity of purpose as APCO Ward 1 and 2 came together in a maiden monthly meeting as they discussed on how to be there for one another at all times. This was the high point of speeches made during the meeting convoked at the instance of the Chief Protocol and Deputy Chief of Staff to Governor Chukwuma Soludo, Mr. Chinedu Nwoye. Correspondent Ngozi Obileri has details.
The meeting was attended by members of APGA Ward 1 and 2, Northia, other APGA members from other communities of the state, their friends and well-wishers. Mr. Nwoye noted that gone are the days when they only look for their members only when it was time for election, as he said that the meeting will be rotational as they will always stay, wine and dine together in unity. He urged them to start now to win people for the party. As he said, every one of them is expected to bring at least one new convert when coming for the August meeting and other months.
We winning landslide and with ease. So if you meeting now the last Sunday of August, you got to go see money for where they are. Agenda. Madam, but I go run here a minute. I go run here a minute. You brought to go see money butter. And don't you got what I brought one of that? You got to pala and you get money. You got to pala and get I forgot it and I get also. Now you got some money.
Addressing them, the state chairman of APGA, Chief Ifeatu Obi-Okoye, hinted that he has already set up plans in motion for a brand new APGA in the state. Chief Obi-Okoye, who is a special guest at the event, explained that he already concluded plans to visit APGA members in all the over 179 communities of the state to fill their polls, announcing that APGA will have executive members in every village as a way of ensuring their welfare. The Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, Mrs. Chiamaka Nnake, who hails from Northia, noted that the leaders of the party in their community decided to change the party's modus operandi in terms of relationship with their members, which was why they introduced the joint meeting so as to have avenue to see them regularly, know their problems, and help anyone among them facing any problem. In their separate speeches, the Transition Committee Chairman for Njikoka Council Area, Chief Clem Agui, and APGA Chairman of Njikoka Council Area, Mr. Chinedu Anekwe, while applauding APGA Northia for the move, urged them not to relent and said that contrary to the rumors making the rounds that Governor Soludo has directed that all shops in the state be closed, that only shops built on top of drainages are affected. The state woman leader of APGA, Mrs. Esther Onyekesi, and the state youth leader, Comrade Tochukwu Obiade, were conspicuously present at the meeting. From Umuriamu Village, Northia, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
Nigeria Labour Congress Anambra State Council has joined others across the country to protest the non-implementation of palliatives to cushion the effect of fuel subsidy removal on workers. The protest kicked off from Norgate Secretariat, Oka to Alex Ekweme Square, and back to Norgate Secretariat. Correspondent Ngozi Obileri covered the protests and now reports.
The organized labor in Anambra State, comprising NLC, Trade Union Congress, Nigeria Union of Local Government Employees, NOGE, among others, were carrying placards with various inscriptions like "Let the poor breathe," "Pay university lecturers their 8-month salary arrears," "We can no longer pay our children's school fees," among others, chanted solidarity songs.
Solidarity, solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong.
Addressing journalists at the Norgate Secretariat, the chairman, Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, Comrade Humphrey Nwafo, said that the workers can no longer cope with the high cost of living as a result of the effect of the fuel subsidy removal, which he said was done without putting up proper measures in place to cushion the effect. Comrade Nwafo said that NLC Anambra State is totally in support of the national body of the union, urging federal government to adhere to the terms of the NLC in providing palliatives to workers, as he said that most workers in the country find it difficult to go to work because of hike in transportation and cost of living.
The removal of subsidy from 86 naira when Jonathan was there to 185 when President Muhammadu Buhari was there. May 29th, he shoot it up to 525 times. Barely a week, and now the thing has skyrocketed again to 617. And if we should keep quiet before the end of the year, they might even go up to 1,000. Our salary has remained the same. Nothing has changed. The minimum wage has not been reviewed. There's no palliatives. Where the cost of living, the cost of house rent, the cost of school fees, everything has gone up.
We are demanding for 200,000 naira minimum wage. We even consider it not enough. Because if you check these collecting prices of commodities now, that 200,000 cannot go anywhere. And don't be surprised in the next 2 weeks, some other thing will happen.
This is a peaceful protest. It is our right, and we are supposed to be free to go about it.
The hardship is getting out of hand. There is hunger in the land. If this government is sincere in curbing corruption, in making sure that Nigeria will work for us, let them breathe air into the grassroots government that have direct impact with the masses.
They stressed the need to revitalize the country's refineries to put an end to the issue of fuel importation and subsidy to enable Nigerians live freely. In Oka, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
Still to come in the news tonight, President Tinubu presents a second ministerial list to Senate. A Typhoon Kanun knocks out Power Ground's flight in Japan. Governor Chukuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. The news returns immediately after the short break.
Ezi ntụziaka emere maka gị. Egwuregwu akwadebere maka gị. Ịmụ ihe akwadoro maka gị. Nwa obi ụtọ na YouTube emere maka gị. Nweta ọmarịcha video data bundles offer n'ekwentị gị na nepịa star 312#. YouTube emere gị.
Enjoy sports made for you. Recipes made for you. Entertainment made for you. Learning made for you. Enjoy YouTube made for you. Get amazing video data bundle offers on your mobile phone by simply dialing star 312# today. YouTube made.
Welcome back to the rest of the news. The Chief of Staff to the President and a former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, has presented a new batch of ministerial lists to the Senate. The rules of the chamber was suspended to allow the Chief of Staff to enter the hallowed Red Chamber. Gbajabiamila had last Thursday presented the list of 28 men ministerial nominees to the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio. Prominent Nigerians who made the list are the immediate past River State Governor, Nyesom Wike, and his colleague from Kaduna, Nasir El-Rufai, and former Ebonyi State Governor, David Umahi. The Senate is currently screening the first batch of ministerial nominees, a process that started on Monday. From the foreign scenes, powerful winds and lashing rain from an approaching typhoon have killed at least one person and knocked out power to hundreds of thousands of people in southern Japan. The slow-moving Typhoon Kanun, which was nearing Japan's southwestern islands, also forced the cancellation of hundreds of flights to the popular tourist destination of Okinawa and other islands, stranding thousands of tourists. Japan's Fire and Disaster Management Agency said a 95-year-old man died after getting crushed under a collapsed garage, while media reports said at least 11 others were wounded. The storm, described as very strong by the Japan Meteorological Agency, brought maximum sustained winds of 200 kilometers per hour, while some areas on Okinawa logged more than 9.84 inches of rain in the past 24 hours. The JMA warned of flooding and landslides in some parts, and authorities issued an evacuation order across Okinawa and in parts of neighboring Kagoshima Prefecture, urging more than 690,000 residents to move to safety. From the world of sports, Thembe Galata scored a last group winner to give South Africa their first ever Women's World Cup win as it defeated Italy 3-2, qualifying for the last 16 round of the tournament and sending the Italians home. Striker Gattana struck 2 minutes into stoppage time today to set up a clash with the Netherlands in Sydney on Sunday and broke the hearts of the Italians, who needed just a draw to progress. Italy had appeared to salvage a draw they needed when Ariana Caruso scored from a corner in the 70th. The Italians had opened the scoring when Carabo Dalmini stripped Italy forward Chiara Beccari just inside the box in the 10th minute, and Caruso made the penalty into the bottom left corner of the net. Before we go tonight, remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS TV from any parts of the world by liking our Facebook page at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at ABS Television Oka. You can also tweet us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV. We are also on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Now, the main points that made the news again. First Anambra Women's Conference has ended in Oka. Anambra State Assembly has called for completion of road projects in Ihiala community. President Tinubu has presented a second ministerial list to Senate. Canon has knocked flights in Japan. And that's all in the news tonight. My name is Uchechukwu Ebonam. Good night.